YouTubers. You YouTubers. How y'all doing? Appreciate it. Tap in. Hope all is well. We just getting into this Boeing airline fucking whistleblower. This whole thing is insanity, bro. Basically, every airplane that every airline buys comes from a shitty company that doesn't even make sure that the airplanes are up to standard for us to be flying in them. They not bolting the doors. They not sealing the doors. They not making sure that the aerodynamics on the plane is right. They being cheap, basically. They putting new engines in old parts, old planes that shouldn't be flying, basically. And they buying cheap structures, like a cheap structure of a car, and trying to pimp my ride into an airplane that we gonna fly in. And they falling out of the damn sky. And when the whistleblowers come out and tell the people why they falling out the sky, these niggas are mysteriously killing themselves. $695 billion company, huh?
Right now, we're hearing from a friend and call.
Actually, all these corners they was cutting made them $695 billion. God damn, that's sick.
Colleague of Boeing whistleblower John Barnett and
Lord
his
have
attorneys.
mercy.
Then after both police and the coroner say that he died by suicide. The department issued.
Do y'all fly in airplanes? Do y'all get on planes? Do y'all trust airlines? What's your favorite airline? What's the number one? Who you trusted with your life?
A 56-page supplemental report detailing the investigation, as well as a note found in Barnett's truck.
I kind of have a crazy
Tonight,
question.
his
Like,
attorney
are they the
said
best at it,
even
though?
if Boeing did
Like,
not
is there
directly
another
pull the
company
trigger,
that
it did
airlines
so
can buy planes from?
indirectly. The investigation found nothing suspicious, no people in Barnett's hotel room, no one following him in or out of the hotel,
and also,
no fingerprints other than Barnett's.
Are the airlines trying to be cheap
on the note
by fucking with Boeing? If they don't, the airlines obviously have to know.
With Roy Irvin, a former investigator at Boeing. He's also a whistleblower that no one has spoken with before on camera. She showed him the suicide note.
Is that the John you knew?
No.
Did he talk like that?
No. Not all over the place like that, no.
He had never expressed those kind of sentiments to you before?
No.
Do you think this is...
Do you think being hunted or wanted or in trouble with a company that powerful or big and wealthy would make you kill yourself? Or do you think he was killed, you know? Do you think he was killed?
Do you think this is his?
I feel like
Not
his family,
all over the place.
his friends,
she showed him the suicide
other whistleblowers, they think
has spoken with
this
before
nigga
on camera.
didn't
Reporter
do it.
Ann Emerson
They
just
think
spoke with
he was killed.
Roy Irvin, a former investigator at Boeing. He's also a whistleblower that no one has spoken with before on camera. She showed him the suicide note.
Is that the John you knew?
No.
Did he talk like that?
No. Not all over the place like that, no.
He had never expressed those kind of sentiments to you before?
No.
Do you think this is his?
He wanted to say no right there. I feel you, man. Just say it. Say with your heart. Say what's on your mind, what's on your heart. Say what your gut say, bro. What your gut say. Do you believe that?
You know, unfortunately, we weren't close enough. I couldn't say that, but I would say no.
I like that. I like that he said, like, he was honest. That's why he took the deep breath, huh?
Do you think this is his?
Unfortunately, we weren't close enough. I couldn't say that, but I would say no, not in the frame of mind of the last several times I talked to him. No, and
He wanted to fight the power, huh? He was on his fight to power. He wasn't scared. He was not about to go out like no coward, huh? That's not how he was sounding to you.
Like I said before, the only way that I would believe that he committed suicide was if I saw it on camera. But
it's the only way he believe it. Is if he seen it happen. That's the only way he believe it. Man, I'm with him. I believe him. I believe him.
Doesn't ring true for John.
Charleston police said the release of detailed information is to offer a high-level overview of the findings. Boeing did not offer a response to the findings, only saying their thoughts continue to be with his family and friends.
Good morning and welcome back. Here's an eyebrow raiser. A second Boeing whistleblower, now dead after experiencing a brief illness. This comes after Joshua Dean expressed concerns over manufacturing issues with the company's 737 MAX planes.
This is another
Madeline
one?
Rivera
Hold up.
is live
This
with
another
the latest
person?
on this. Madeline.
It's another person? Wow. They done killed another one? A brief illness. This is insane, man. That's bad. Yeah, bro. What do you do about a company like this? As the people, as a young black man, as a streamer, what the hell can we do about shit like this? When it's clear. I just got to the second whistleblower. This shit is baffling me. That it's not as clear as day. That this 695, 700, 800 million dollar, what? Oh, not million, billion dollar, fucking $1 trillion company, man. Just getting away with killing people. And also, what the fuck? I mean, I get why they so powerful because there's a lot of money in airlines, but like, what can be done, man? This is, I find this, I don't want to believe this.
Good morning and welcome back. Here's an eyebrow raiser. A second Boeing whistleblower, now dead after experiencing a brief illness. This comes after Joshua Dean expressed concerns over manufacturing issues with the company's 737 MAX planes. Madeline Rivera is live with the latest on this. Madeline.
Hey, good morning, Guy. Joshua Dean's family says this all happened very quickly. The 45-year-old died Tuesday after an agonizing 2 weeks in critical condition, rather. His aunt tells the Seattle Times Dean started having trouble breathing. He was intubated, got pneumonia, and then MRSA. Before he died, doctors were considering amputating his hands and feet, but he was too weak for surgery.
They hit that nigga with the what's it called? Biochemical warfare. That's crazy when you got beef with a nigga that can give you a disease. And what if he already had it, but like, oh, this is, whew. I don't know, man. Is there, like, what is the history on this disease? Could this disease just be like that? Can it come like that? Can it just pop up and be brief and then take a motherfucker out like that and make him deteriorate physically like this? Did he already have it? That's what Boeing gonna try to say. I wonder, man. Drop my fucking phone. If I feel like they did some biochemical warfare on my nigga, man. I feel like they tried to take him out. I feel like they went to some lab, did some shit, because they got enough money to do it. They went to some lab, and who is the people that own this company that is running this? Who is the top? Who's at the top? Who is the motherfucker that's really the problem? Because I hate saying company names when we talking about people killing and hurting people. You know what I'm saying? Who is the motherfucker? You know? Also, like, I feel like they got the money, you know, and the power to fucking go to a lab, make some shit, get a prostitute. Mac Miller had women delivering him thousands of dollars worth of drugs, acting like she was coming to fuck. So, can they have the same shit going on where they pass this nigga some motherfucking sick ass disease that just take his legs, take all his limbs, make him deteriorate within a matter of... This is crazy.
A second Boeing whistleblower, now dead after experiencing a brief illness. This comes after Joshua Dean expressed concerns over manufacturing issues with the company's 737 MAX planes. Madeline Rivera is live with the...
And those are the planes everybody use. If you fly Southwest, you ain't got no choice but to fly on that plane.
Good morning and welcome back. Here's an eyebrow raiser. A second Boeing whistleblower, now dead after experiencing a brief illness. This comes after Joshua Dean expressed concerns over manufacturing issues with the company's 737 MAX planes. Madeline Rivera is live with the latest on this. Madeline.
Hey, good morning, Guy. Joshua Dean's family says this all happened very quickly. The 45-year-old died Tuesday after an agonizing...
They said it's not a manufactured bioweapon. MRSA. Methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus. Aureus is a common bacterial superbug that has developed resistance to standard antibiotics. It often lives in the bloodstream or harmlessly on a human skin or in the environment. But if it gets into the lungs or bloodstream, it becomes extremely dangerous. What if they knew he had that shit, so they just made that shit get in his bloodstream? I don't want to believe it. How it escalates so fast when an aggressive bacterial infection takes hold, it can trigger sepsis and severe yeah. Once you get pneumonia, it's over. Sepsis and pneumonia, it's done. It's an extreme immune response where the body essentially attacks its own tissues. In severe septic shock, blood pressure plummets and circulation to the extremities is cut off to protect core organs, which is why limbs deteriorate or require amputation. It can cause multiple organ failure and strokes within days. Damn. Even in relatively young or previously healthy people, doctors fight these rapid onset infections in ICUs every single day. Jesus Christ. Who runs a company like Boeing? There isn't a single movie villain sitting in the shadows orchestrating assassinations. The reality of modern mega corporations is that it's much more bureaucratic. Public ownership. Boeing is a publicly traded company owned by millions of everyday shareholders and a massive institutional index of funds like the Vanguard and BlackRock. Like Vanguard and BlackRock, not the Vanguard, not our Vanguard. Check out the Vanguard on KidCreatorsNetwork.com. Corporate leadership. Let's see who's leading. It is a governing board of directors and managed by executive suite. CEOs like Dave Calhoun, who stepped down amid the safety scandals. Jesus Christ, that makes perfect sense. Of course he did. Of course he fucking did. Dave Calhoun, that's one of them ones. He had blood on his hands. Yeah, he used to answer to the board to drive stock prices and quarterly profits. It's not secret hit squads, guys. It's systemic corporate negligence. Aggressive cost cutting. Putting profit over safety culture and the immense crushing legal and emotional stress placed on people who dare to speak out. Well, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is.
2 weeks in critical condition, rather. His aunt tells the Seattle Times Dean started having trouble breathing. He was intubated, got pneumonia, and then MRSA. Before he died, doctors were considering amputating his hands and feet, but he was too weak for surgery. His attorney says Josh's passing is a loss to the aviation community and the flying public. He possessed tremendous courage to stand up for what he felt was true and right and raise quality and safety issues. Dean used to work as a quality inspector for Spirit Aerosystems, a Boeing supplier. He was fired in April 2023. He said it was in retaliation for flagging safety concerns regarding the 737 MAX plane. Dean was mentioned as part of a shareholder lawsuit against Spirit in which he alleged Spirit would throw pizza parties to celebrate a drop in the number of problems. But he said Spirit undercounted the defects instead of actually reducing them.
Wow.
The death of Dean comes just weeks after the death of John Barnett. Barnett was a Boeing whistleblower who local authorities say shot and killed himself March 9th. Barnett was also in the middle of a lawsuit claiming he was wrongfully terminated by Boeing after accusing the company of covering up defects with the 787 Dreamliner. Boeing and Spirit are under a lot of scrutiny after a door panel flew off an Alaska Airlines plane in midair in January. In March, the FAA gave Boeing 90 days to come up with an action plan to fix quality control issues.
Man, be safe, y'all. Be safe, bro. To be honest with you, I don't trust airplanes or airlines or people, like I said, so I don't know, bro. That's fucked up, bro. T's and P's, thoughts and prayers to everybody involved, bro. That's crazy. What y'all gonna witness over the course of these streams is like, got a lot of shit that I'm interested in, and much easier to go through your phone and your just go through your life when you're not on camera, when you're not live, and getting used to like doing what I used to do, which was consume content on a scale that I had so much passion and so much I don't know. Basically, I guess I shouldn't even tell you this. I just gotta get into myself. Pause. Smash shit. Mad layers. You know? Like, I'm at the point right now in streaming where I can't even find a song that I used to find every day before I started streaming. I can't even find that song when I want to because I'm streaming. So, I eventually will get my brain wrapped around the fact that what I'm doing is what I'm doing, and I'll be able to do what I used to do off camera, on camera, and it'll be like more. I wonder if that's exactly how it looked. I wonder.
I wasn't prepared for that emotional impact.
I think I've had like wallpapers like this. Cause I fuck with this. I want a globe like this. That'd be fire. Had that shit like a nightlight type. So Earth's shield is dented and leaking radiation. And what happens if this dent keeps growing? Like, what are we gonna do with that? What does that mean? So deep inside the Earth, there's an ocean of molten liquid iron spinning the core. That spinning liquid metal acts like a massive generator, creating a magnetic force field around the entire planet called the magnetic sphere. The job of the shield, okay, yeah. Yeah, so the sun is constantly shooting out highly charged radioactive particles, the solar wind. If we didn't have the magnetic shield, the radiation would cook the planet. Jesus. I hope y'all knew that. They taught us that in school. Shield catches the radiation and traps it in rings floating in space, keeping us completely safe. NASA calls it the South Atlantic anomaly. For reasons scientists are still trying to figure out, the magnetic generator inside the Earth is acting weird. Because of this, there is a massive pothole or weak spot in our magnetic force field, stretching directly over South America and the southern Atlantic Ocean. Because the shield is weak there, the rings of trapped deadly cosmic radiation dip dangerously close to the Earth. Dangerously close to the Earth, coming down to just 120 miles above the surface. Jesus Christ. That's way too close. Here's where you have to keep the... Doesn't hurt humans on the ground. Even though the magnetic shield is dented, the physical air we breathe, the atmosphere acts as a second wall and stops the radiation from hitting the street level. But if it keeps growing, it creates a massive nightmare for human technology. It could cause tech blackouts. Satellites flying through the dent are getting bombarded by radiation. It causes computers to glitch, wipes hard drives, and fries motherboards. In 2016, Japan lost complete control of a multi-million-dollar satellite because it flew through the anomaly and the radiation destroyed its navigation. The International Space Station flies through the dent regularly. Even with heavy shielding, astronauts reported seeing weird flashing shooting stars inside their own eyes. Sheesh. It's literally high energy cosmic radiation penetrating the spaceship, physically striking their retinas. That's crazy. NASA recently noticed that the dent is not just growing, it's splitting into two. Some geophysicists believe this is the very first warning sign that Earth's north and south magnetic poles are starting the process of flipping upside down. So wait. So if the poles flip upside down, what does that mean? Up is down and down is up? What are we talking about? What do people on the internet? But the more I do it, the more I start to love it. So here I go. I can read very well, and I can also act as if I was different characters, you know. I could use multiple voices, but I choose not to. Do not want to do that. Said no, I won't do it. So basically, north and south on the compass would be switched. This is crazy. Has this ever happened in history before, documented? Like, is that a thing? So this is the natural cycle. This happens. North and south just flips every 780 1,000 years. That's crazy. Radiation ain't no goddamn joke. I always wanted to know this. So what is the difference between the radiation that they use to kill cancer and the radiation that causes it? I always wanted to know that. Yeah. Nigga, what? Yeah. Fuck he thought. So it's dosage, targeting, and math. They're the same. There's no difference in the radiation that causes cancer and the one that they use to to cure it or to get rid of it. Whether it's cosmic radiation leaking through the Earth's magnetic shield, a nuclear fallout, or a medical linear accelerator in a hospital, the physical mechanism is identical. It is ionizing radiation. When high energy radiation hits a cell, it smashes directly into the DNA strand, tearing the code apart. Jesus fucking Christ, that sounds so destructive of a human. When a person is exposed to accidental or environmental radiation like a nuclear leak or too much UV sunlight, low to moderate amounts of radiation enter the body. It randomly damages the DNA inside normal, healthy cells. Most of the time, the cells just die, but occasionally, the cell's DNA gets damaged just enough that it doesn't die. It mutates. It turns into a rogue cell that forgets how to stop growing and starts multiplying uncontrollably. That is a tumor. When a doctor uses radiation therapy to treat a tumor, they flip the script completely. Instead of a low random exposure, they use a massive point, highly focused beam of high energy radiation directly at the tumor from multiple angles using a machine called a linear accelerator. They hit the cancer cells with a massive lethal dose of energy. The goal isn't to mutate the cell, it is to utterly obliterate its DNA before any possibility of repair. When the DNA completely shatters, the cancer cell dies and the body's immune system clears it away. This is a balancing act because the machine has to shoot radiation through your body to hit the tumor. It inevitably clips some healthy tissue along the way. That's why radiation therapy makes people so sick and causes side effects like hair loss, skin burns in a treated area. You are intentionally catching friendly fire to kill the enemy. Radiation causing cancer is like throwing a grenade into a city and accidentally hitting a school. You know what I'm saying?
Paired with the red here.
Individual chromosomes are colored with fluorescent dye.
We gotta pause that one, huh? Yo, pause, chat. Yo, pause. Yo, pause, cuz. Pause, chat. That nigga said tallest pole in the tent. Pause. See, so just like they breed sports players and basketball players, they want to breed astronauts. They want to make you genetically able to handle space better than the average person. That's insane. That's a genius idea, though. You know? Why don't we just do that for every job, though? Just breed people specifically for that job. Is that too much like what animals do? Would that be too weird of a world to live in? That you damn near related to everybody you work with? Shit did. My bad, chat.
He's the original detective on Tupac's murder case. For more than a decade, he's live with me now. Oh, boy. You and I have been talking a lot in the last week, Greg Kading, and now you hear this from the person I thought was going to be the star witness, Suge Knight, arch enemy of Keefe D. Now it sounds like not so much. Do you think they still have a case without him?
Oh, absolutely. They don't need him, nor do they want him for their case. Suge Knight has no credibility. He's told so many
Facts. This nigga's the most shiesty nigga I've known to man. I ain't gonna give him that, but he's the most shiesty nigga I know. I don't know him, but I'm just saying he's the most shiesty nigga I've heard of since I've been streaming. How about that?
different stories over the years, and there's just no value in using him. He could have solved this case 27 years ago if he simply told Las Vegas PD that it was Keefe in the Cadillac and his crew, and they would have done quick work with that information. So anything that comes out of Suge Knight's mouth is absolutely worthless, and there's no value in it whatsoever.
Well, what is it? Again, I'm really out of it. Is it the code of omerta, meaning snitches get stitches, or is it Suge afraid of what kind of retribution could happen in prison? Because he's there for a 28-year sentence for manslaughter. Why would he not say who it was who killed his best pal?
Well, this gets very convoluted, and you can't make this stuff up, but we have to keep in mind what happened after that night in Vegas. Suge Knight goes to jail for a probation violation for his involvement in stomping down Orlando Anderson. Suge Knight then in turn pays Orlando Anderson.
Wait. Just so that we keep the track going. Orlando Anderson, okay, the guy who allegedly grabbed that Death Row Records emblem in a fight and stole it, bringing on the wrath of Tupac and Suge and his friends. And
I never heard of this.
So you're saying
what happened?
After that,
what happened that night?
Goes to jail.
Done quick work with that information. So anything that comes out of Suge Knight's mouth is absolutely worthless.
Facts.
He could have solved this case 27 years ago if he.
Facts. White man telling the truth. We don't need him to say it, but he doing it.
Simply told Las Vegas PD that it was Keefe in the Cadillac and his crew, and they would have done quick work with that information. So anything that comes out of Suge Knight's mouth is absolutely worthless, and there's no value in it whatsoever.
Well, what is it? Again, I'm really out of it. Is it the code of omerta, meaning snitches get stitches, or is it Suge afraid of what kind of retribution could happen in prison? Because he's there for a 28-year sentence for manslaughter. Why would he not say who it was who killed his best pal?
Well, this gets very convoluted, and you can't make this stuff up, but we have to keep in mind what happened after that night in Vegas. Suge Knight goes to jail for a probation violation for his involvement in stomping down Orlando Anderson. Suge Knight then in turn pays Orlando Anderson.
Wait. Just so that we keep the track going. Orlando Anderson, okay, the guy who allegedly grabbed that Death Row Records emblem in a fight and stole it, bringing on the wrath of Tupac and Suge and his friends in the MGM. So you're saying after that, Suge goes to jail because of that that melee in the lobby.
That is correct. And then Suge entices Orlando Anderson. He gives him $60,000 to come and testify at his probation hearing, to testify that Suge wasn't trying to stomp him down. Suge was trying to help him and pull people off, because Suge was desperately trying to stay out of jail because Death Row Records was at stake. And so Suge pays the shooter of Tupac to come and testify in his trial in his favor for $60,000. Guess who facilitated that perjurious testimony?
Let me guess. Keefe D. And again, you're telling me that Suge goes to his arch enemy and says, do me a solid, and I'll give you some Benjamins. Yep. Okay. I didn't think it was that easy in the West Coast, East Coast rivalry. I thought with all the music and the lyrics that it was real, that they really hated each other, that it really would come down to something so trivial.
What is she talking about?
For his involvement in stomping down Orlando Anderson. Suge Knight then in turn pays Orlando Anderson.
Wait. Just so that we keep the track going. Orlando Anderson, okay, the guy who allegedly grabbed that Death Row Records emblem in a fight and stole it, bringing on the wrath of Tupac and Suge and his friends in the MGM. So you're saying after that, Suge goes to jail because of that that melee in the lobby.
That is correct. And then Suge entices Orlando Anderson. He gives him $60,000 to come and testify at his probation hearing, to testify that Shug wasn't trying to stomp him down. Shug was trying to help him and pull people off, because Shug was desperately trying to stay out of jail because Death Row Records was at stake. And so Shug pays the shooter of Tupac to come and testify in his trial in his favor for $60,000. Guess who facilitated that perjurious testimony?
Let me guess,
Keefe
D. And again, you're telling me that Shug goes to his arch enemy and says, do me a solid, and I'll give you some Benjamins. Yep. Okay. I didn't think it was that easy in the West Coast, East Coast rivalry. I thought with all the music and the lyrics that it was real.
That Keefe D called upon today in his trial. So this is just a big mess of unethical characters, all just trying to do anything they can to survive, the day. It's just so convoluted and so messy.
But really, what it is alliances were made between rival gangs and killers. Alliances were made a long time ago, and they are holding to today. So whatever code they sealed together, it remains 27 years later. That's what you're telling me.
That is why Shug is saying it wasn't Orlando. He's saying it wasn't Orlando. He wasn't the shooter because Orlando came to his aid when he needed him for his probation hearing.
Wow.
Yeah,
and it's weird because Orlando's dead, so you'd just be talking about his honor and nothing else. There'd be nothing at stake.
Yeah.
You know, Greg, every time you're on, I say I will probably talk to you again soon, so keep your phone handy. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to...
The unresolved murder of rap legend Tupac Shakur almost 30 years ago remains an enduring mystery and a defining moment of hip-hop. But in a Las Vegas courthouse, Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis appeared in front of a judge on Monday. The former gang leader is on trial, accused of orchestrating the killing but not pulling the trigger. Jury selection is underway and it could last several days. Davis said that if he's convicted, he wants the judge to decide his sentence, not the jury.
Mr. Davis, my understanding is that Mr. Stamp has made you aware that you have the right to have the jury sentence you if they come back on a first-degree murder verdict, and you have decided to waive that right. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what that means...
Shakur died in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas in September 1996 at age 25 when travelling with music mogul Marion Suge Knight. No one has ever been charged with the murder or related to it until Davis's arrest in 2023. In the memoir Compton Street Legends, co-authored by Davis, the book says he obtained a handgun and tossed it into the back seat of the car which was pulled up beside Shakur. It did not specify who shot Tupac. Davis denies any involvement, as our France 24 correspondent describes.
Davis has completely changed his position. He says that he said those things to essentially sell his books, that some of the claims in those books were fabricated by the ghostwriter, and that he was in Los Angeles that night.
Prosecutors expect to call between 35 and 45 witnesses. However, not everyone on the list will testify. Knight, who was in the vehicle with Tupac when he was shot, is thought to be the last living eyewitness. He's currently in prison and has previously said he would not testify. The trial is scheduled to last a month.
In this world, silence means survival. The one person who has a hard time being silent is Dwayne Davis.
Really, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, if what they're saying is really true, there are no facts to point to Keefe.
Day one of the trial of Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis, the only man charged with the murder of Tupac Shakur, is in the books. We're going to recap the biggest moments from opening statements, which lay out what we can expect from each side, to the start of witness testimony. This is a case almost 30 years in the making, and it has just begun. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Here we are. After almost 30 years, day one of the murder trial for the only person ever criminally charged in connection with the killing of Tupac Shakur. Out in Las Vegas, Nevada, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is charged with murder with a deadly weapon with the intent to promote, further, or assist a criminal gang. And a jury will have to decide if he is guilty or not guilty. 16-person jury, 10 women, 6 men, 4 of them alternates. The hip-hop icon was gunned down on the streets of Las Vegas back on September 7th, 1996 in a drive-by shooting, and prosecutors allege that Davis orchestrated this killing. Not that he actually pulled the trigger, but that he facilitated it, that he aided in the commission. So why does the prosecution believe Keefe D. did this? What evidence do they claim they have against him? Well, let's go to the opening statements, okay, which from a legal point of view, I have always said, are some of the most important parts of a trial. They are technically not evidence. It's a preview of what to expect in this case, both from the prosecution and the defense. But I will tell you, there are some statistics and studies out there that will show.
With Zip Martin is with Sean Puffy. Now, let's be clear. Dwayne Davis did not pull the trigger. But what he did do was plan the retaliation for the beating of his nephew. You will learn that Dwayne Davis got the gun. You will learn that he got into a white Cadillac. You will learn when the opportunity presented itself for retribution, Dwayne Davis made sure that the shooters were armed and ready to execute their revenge. One of the connections that Dwayne Davis gets through his association with Zip Martin is with Sean Puffy Combs, who was then the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment. Sean Combs wanted some security when he came out to the West Coast. He was worried about Mob Piru. He was worried about the members of Death Row Records. And so Dwayne Keefe D. Davis agreed to be around to act as unofficial security for Sean Combs and his artists when they came out west, in order specifically to ensure there are no problems with Mob Piru and Death Row Records. And this took a rivalry between Mob Piru and Southside Compton Crips and escalated it. And those tensions boiled over in the Lakewood Mall in the summer of 1996.
Yeah, so you're looking at this surveillance footage of this purported beating of Orlando Anderson at the MGM Grand, okay, this hotel in Las Vegas. This is right after the Mike Tyson fight. Let me just say something real quick. I know this is a little bit of a 180, but I have to call it out. Great sponsor of ours. If you run a business, if you have your own business, you know that in and of itself is tough enough. Why make it harder doing?
What's unusual is the next steps Dwayne Davis takes. Unusual for the normal person, maybe not unusual for in-gang culture. Dwayne Davis decides he is going to organize a retaliation, that this beating cannot go unanswered. Then he runs into a person named Zip Martin. Remember the Zip Martin that was a connection with Bad Boy Entertainment from New York? And Zip Martin tells him that he has a gun and that he can come help him out.
As you just heard, and if you've been following our preview coverage of this trial, this case is largely, if not almost entirely, based on Dwayne Keefe D. Davis's statements, okay? And it's not just what witness A claims Davis said. No, these are recorded statements and also potentially, allegedly, a book that he wrote. These are statements that Davis has made over time where he, as the prosecution will argue, allegedly confessed to his participation in Tupac's murder. For example, this is when he reportedly sat down in 2008 to speak to a task force that was investigating the death of Notorious B.I.G. And while he allegedly made statements as early as 1998 about Tupac's killing, it was in 2008 when he does this secret interview. So they were investigating the death of Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace, killed 6 months after Tupac. And according to the prosecution, the feds approached Davis because he was apparently leaving the same party in LA, the one that Wallace had left right before he was killed. According to the prosecution, they picked Davis up on this narcotics trafficking beat. They have this case against him. He claims, look, I don't know anything about Notorious B.I.G.'s killing, but I do have information on Tupac's killing.
Hey, where you go to? What do you tell Zip right now? You tell Zip, hey, we're going to go handle this or whatever?
Yeah, like, y'all want us to come? Like, you know what I'm going to do? It was, they going to get 662 Club.
Who's that?
Everybody. Yeah, everybody. You want to come?
Well, how do you know that Zip's got a gun? Does he tell you?
It was in the lobby, bro. I mean, in the lobby. I got one.
Did you ask him? Do you have one, or just tell us you I got one?
Yeah, I only asked you we need help. That's what you do. Like, you're okay, cool. All right.
And in case that wasn't clear, here's the prosecution explaining more alleged details about what Davis is accused of doing here.
So later, Dwayne Davis organizes 2 vehicles to go over to the 662 Club. Before that, he gets the gun from Zip Martin. And in that white Cadillac, before the shooting occurs, Dwayne Davis explains that the driver is Terrence T. Brown. In the rear driver's side is DeAndre Dre, or Big Dre Smith. In the rear passenger side is Orlando Beatty Lane Anderson. And Dwayne Davis himself, DVD, is in the front passenger side. And this is how Dwayne Davis explains the murder of Tupac Shakur.
And this is Keefe D, Mr. Davis, seemingly explaining himself how this all went down.
Yeah. He's a little bit short right there. We came up Harlem.
Man, you can't understand nothing this nigga say, man.
Boulevard. Here they come that BMW, here you car. Tupac. I was like, there you go. Made a U-turn. We wasn't supposed to make it. Just one U-turn. They was in a little lane. We just pulled up on the side, checked every car to see what they was.
So what directed your attention to was some girls shouting at Tupac?
Tupac! He gave his son away. Otherwise, they would have gone away. He all ran out quick. You know how you do. They was gone.
You did a U-turn, so then you pull alongside of it. You got into the car. Have you already handed the gun at this point, or at what point do you hand him the gun?
I thought he was going to pull alongside. No, I don't know that. I don't know him. You know, he pulled on his side.
So you were fitting to blast if you had to, or you was?
Yeah, we would have been on my side all the way.
Okay. So you hand the gun into the back seat.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yeah, Dre was like, no. And I ain't like, dude, fuck.
So what you hear Dwayne Davis say, admit, that as they see Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight driving to Club 662, Dwayne Davis, along with Terrence Brown, DeAndre Smith, and Orlando Anderson, decide to make a U-turn, confront Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight. Dwayne Davis has the firearm. It's a firearm he got from Eric Von Zip Martin, and then he passes it to the back. Dwayne Davis says that if they were on his side, if Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight were on his side of the vehicle, he would have shot them himself. But because they were on the other side, he handed it.
Nigga, what? Don't nobody believe that. Ain't nobody believe in you, bruh.
It to DeAndre Smith.
Nigga said he just shot Suge Knight himself. Nigga.
Smith, according to Dwayne Davis, did not want to shoot at that time, so Orlando Anderson shot into that fire. Dwayne Davis explains this over and over again.
Okay, Wayne starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you. Are you nervous? When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's is getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
backseat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside there?
I see the bullet going Suge again. I thought he was dead. Oh, he was dead. crazy or something in the head or something.
A piece of glass went into his neck right here.
Yeah, the thing in the head.
Great. Okay.
So, I'm sorry, did you guys stop the two girls?
Yeah, go to stop the car and
let them get off?
Yeah. And we made the right.
Okay, but these time what you said, money, cool, let off.
Yeah. We made the right and some broad Seabury in the corners. Stupid bitches. Shot their window out and they stopped.
Man, I don't understand shit this nigga
Gives an
saying.
interview to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Detective Dan Long. Now, Dwayne Davis is more guarded in that interview. It is a different setting than the interview at 2008. It's not a secret proffer agreement. But Dwayne Davis does admit a number of things. That he was in Las Vegas, that he was mad about Orlando Anderson getting beat, that he was the boss, that he was in the white Cadillac, that he procured the firearm that ultimately killed Tupac Shakur. So, in 2017, Dwayne Davis decides to go public. He's approached by the producers of a show called Death Row Chronicles that appears on BET. And this is just a small portion of what he says is his motivation for appearing.
When the DVD days, I was a copy, kingpin, drug dealer. I'm the only one alive that really can tell you the story about the Tupac Shakur. People have been pursuing me for 20 years. Newspapers, magazines. I'm coming out now to tell the story because I got cancer. I got nothing else to lose. All I care about now is the truth.
Remarkably, in 2019, Dwayne Davis then decides he's going to publish his own book. And with regards to the book, it is certainly a lot of self-aggrandizement. But again, the core remains. He was mad about Orlando Anderson about the beating of Orlando Anderson, his nephew. He was in Las Vegas. He got the gun. He was in the white Cadillac, and he handed the gun to the sheriff.
So you ended up getting in the car with Baby Lane and them?
I got in the car with them, yeah, and we ran into them. We went up to the light on Sunset and Flamingo, and dude was acting like he was in a parade or something. And that BMW hanging out the window, hey, this Tupac, he's Tupac. And then they was hollering for him, and we let it go down. It came up on the side of him.
Now, there's something key here that the prosecution hits upon. One emotion that allegedly surfaces from Keefe D, which the prosecutor claims shows that he participated in this killing of Tupac Shakur. And that emotion is anger.
And again, what remains?
So I'm saying, facts. Like, what you mad about? This shit taking too long, huh? You're supposed to been done.
Even as late as 2020, 2021, 22, is Dwayne Davis's visceral anger at Tupac Shakur.
Because why you still living in this nigga's shadow, right? You killed him for a reason, right? Still got to deal with him. Tired of it. He tired, chat.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why you had on the channel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was wrong. My nephew never jumped on me. They jumped on my nephew. My nephew didn't throw a punch, man. Wrong, man. Jumped on my kid.
28 years later, that is the visceral anger that Dwayne Davis had for Tupac Shakur. It did it in 2.5 hours. He took care of what he thought was the proper response. And 28 years later, he's still...
PVD lawyer is compelled. He's like, God damn, he killing that shit. Whoever this Keefe D nigga he talk about, that nigga's guilty. He got a lot coming in.
Is angry about what Tupac did. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac Shakur publicly, on camera, participated in a humiliating beating of Dwayne Davis's nephew, Orlando Anderson. And Dwayne Davis knew that in his world, that required a response. And over the years, in private interviews, in public statements, and even in private calls, Dwayne Davis has repeatedly told us over and over again about the anger he felt and his own role in the revenge drive-by shooting of Tupac Shakur. And now, nearly 30 years later, we're going to ask you to finally hold Dwayne Davis accountable. Thank you.
So those are the key moments from the prosecution's opening statement. Remember, they have the burden of proof. They have to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt.
He proving it.
As you notice, they spend almost all the time on the alleged statements and alleged confessions of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. And that is exactly what Keefe D's defense attorney, Michael Sanft, focused on in his opening statement.
At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself if what they're saying is really truth or fiction. Fact or fiction. There are no facts to point to Keefe. Not one.
Three themes.
Hold on, Chad. Be right back, Chad.
Yeah, I'm so focused, man. Smoking Cali. Yeah, I'm so focused, man. Smoking Cali with my niggas, about 14 grams. Red poopy swerving, matching the red of my eye. Devise a plan, come up on grams, same day, new shit. Trying to dip my balls in shorty draw. She told me that I'm naughty. I smoked it like a shotty. Brooklyn, stand behind we. I might be young black, smoother than iced tea. Token on that fine pine tree, make my eyes bleed.
Feeling like a Viking, I'm biking, riding on my bicycle high. My cushion, my knife from the Johnnies. I ain't trying to see them behind me, don't mind me. I'm just a young American man with a plan too big to fit in my pocket. Let me stop at the store for a bottle. Pinch a little kush from my partner. That's my nigga, I'm sure he won't mind it. Nigga, it's the death and the zombies. Who wanna contest and get clobbered? Huh? Check this out, boy. Good June, signing out the overdose. Wow, boy.
The cushion got my eyes stained glass like mosaic. Know what be your favorite, but if it's whack, then I won't play it. I'm saying levitated thoughts, drug into your veins. Sandy out in Cali, in New York we hurricane. Overdose of my own coast in this world's fair. And shorties coming booze, I guess we can compare. And shorties counting cash, make sure that it's all there. Hit the ball, light is in the air for this nigga here.
Hold the phone, no control, bitch, I might overdose. Zombies, world's fair, motherfucker, watch the chrome reload. Same old, tatted on your bitch's titties, nigga. Same old, graffiti in your fucking city, nigga. Passing on the blunt, never passing on the cunt. Straight action, Cleopatra, while Apache on the hunt. So boom, bye-bye, yeah, Nabati boy, header. Represent underground New York, I match the shredder.
For the record, don't think we going toe-to-toe with you. It's nothing towards you, but this unity rolling over you. It's overdue, don't want the crew to meet your boo thing. Move ring around your eye, that's a mood swing. Felt the helter-skelter, the welterweight champ. Watch they face plant soon as they hear the bass amp. Do what they can, Don drop the bomb, no time for shelter. I've been here, just waiting for that link like Zelda. Don.
Cali sunshine on my face as I wake and bake. High as hell, fly as hell, can't hold me down with a paperweight. Closet filled with baked and make shit looking like an epic skate. Nike free runs for the paper chase. Zooming from Queens to Flatbush to LA, then I'm overdosing. Not on head run, but those I get from cheap to no poke. Don't front, you know I got you open. It's the original smooth Queens. Nigga track flowing live.
Karma is a bitch, so I feed a good dig. GDP, take a switch, roll it up and take a hit. I live in the beat, I really don't exist. I am like a glitch, eyes low, I spit like retarded kids. Trap I'm more genius, fit manure, that means shit holds the door. My existence flow rapid fire, that means persistence. Inhale hashish, that means that he's bent like a tent. Pay your rent and dent. Cold mouth street grammar, my big dick in these petite standards. No stash spots, so I hammers and hampers. Fuck the police, I can't goddamn stand them. Blunt after blunt, now my eyes satanic. You false like a Muslim eating a ham sandwich while fucking the white chick in the ass, not his ass backwards. I'm always coughing like a asthmatic. Oh, because of my bad habits. Tie-dye, OG, heavy jeans, cannabis stench on my fabric. Shotty so big in his statue and hammer pants. Shots at your toe, leave them foes hammer dancing. Get it? Hammer dancing. And Addy got these bitches asking me where the ass is be actually right here. Drop on your tongue, take a trip, my dear. No fear, you are God, so God is there for you. I shed these ultraviolet tears. Fibonacci and botany, we on giants like Jeremy Shockey. Now we just breed on and breed on a nation of peons that don't know that we've been here for eons and eons. The world is the smoker's book, I'm trying to get my eat on. Feast on money, not some rotten flesh. Ain't nobody topping this. Zombies, we the mafia. If it's a dark night, dark or running metropolis. Motherfucker, ain't it obvious? This is far from perfection. Late teens, I suffered from depression. It wasn't the physical or love. My reflection was more like metaphysical. Must have been Satan's henchman. Some say hip hop's a dead end. I bulldozed that dead end, created an intersection. Nigga, pass me the rock. I promise no interception. I know you like them drugs, it's fogging up his perception. Teflon for Christmas, I don't need another dead friend. Seriously, man, Mary Jane, my lover and my best friend. And I thank her every day for her blessings. Seriously, Mary Jane, my lover and my best friend. And I thank her for her blessings. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. Blow the smoke in the sky. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. Blow the smoke in the sky. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary.
World event, water and water. Eyewitness to reporter, save a wealthy man's daughter. Only see the higher me, indulgent in sobriety. Of course I drink good, but weed give me some variety. I reminisce living, never took a life, but sometimes I think different and I contemplate killing. No rosary to clutch, no host of me to touch. If pussy my religion, then I pray before I cut. Insecure, immature, gradually I'm at a loss. I'm just buying time and I ain't never cared the cost. Popping some Excedrin, headaches turn to Armageddon. If you're acting like a girl, can be your woman at my wedding. So I pray you understand, as righteous as I am. If Brenda's got a baby, raise my son up like a man. Son of Sam with a 44 caliber, killing modern slaves, spread AIDS out in Africa. They reduce pay, still away for drug trafficking. Made it clear like it's sitting in the packaging. Times I wouldn't rap cause I was whack, there was a time I gave it back. I'm far away from that, that shit is really whack. Feeling so depressed, yo. Will it give me will or will it give me death, bro? Life full of stress, nigga, but I never stress though. A simple word of mouth, never mouth what you hear when you hear G's. Get that top blown, that ain't air breeze. Shorty on the line, coked out, can you hear me? Since you're unaware, I'm a rare breed. This is real nigga shit, honey, don't compare me. Life of a king and bleed life through poetic psalm. You ain't gotta be Taliban to blow a bomb. What is going on? Marvin Gaye is today, ignorance is tomorrow. Sing sorrow and the whole world will follow. Hail
Mary, Hail Mary, blow the smoke in the sky. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, blow the smoke in the sky. the sky.
One more time.
like I can see a fucking halo. About to meet my maker, brought a double cup of Drano. Soda for the flavor, uncontrollable behavior with some psychopathic tendencies. Lonely as your neighbor with the bitches, he got special needs. Work to my denim fiends, I'm Kennedy on ecstasy. My flavor from the nature, need an acre for my recipe. They got my soul, but I don't let them take the rest of me. My melody, a little like Kenny G's, it's heavenly. And my denim Taylor. Me in action rapping, I'll be fucking with the fader. Sipping mind eraser, actually. We rapping for the fuck of it. Taking money from you, gon' smack you out in public. You the Republican government. Abundance of substance, have a consumption of fuck a bitch. With your banana republic fit, go suck a dick. And your bitch looking like cousin It, the ugliest. I said it must be the drugs, they got us thinking crazy shit. Groupie bitches wild enough to suck a baby's dick. Cadillacs is getting whipped 185th. Just for that sizzle, Gore-Tex in case of drizzle. I said it must be the drugs, they got us thinking crazy shit. Looking up into the clouds where the angels sit. They looking down, keeping watch till I'm dead. So how'd I get this red dot on my head? Yo, I don't perform unless the money's in my pocket first. After rapping, take my people out for octopus. We all deserve it, dedication to the fam. Don't hold your hand out for nothing if you claim to be my man, damn. You see me peeling off a whip like